back to the NightChild Reviews Prince. We're looking at Prince's brand new Hit and Run Phase 2 album. We're on day 9, track 9, and the song is ScrewDriver. Now, this was recorded about early 2013. There's little clips and teasers sort of put out for this and different variations. There was also a live performance which was put out. And so this is a song that's kind of had many incarnations and little hints and teasers of this song. But finally it came out on the Hit and Run Phase 2 album this year. It's quite interesting in a number of ways. First of all, it's one of the first tracks that the guitarist Donna Grantis worked on for Third Eye Girl and Prince. It's also John Blackwell on the drums, which is, it was always a great thing. John Blackwell was a fantastic drummer. This is a jaunty little track, a bit like I think like Fix Your Life Up in the sense of the tempo. It really is. It really has that kind of real Third Eye Girl sound. Some of the lyrics are very much about kind of being on tour, and it talks about every day when I wake up, gonna make up. Another reason to make it last. Mistake up. If we break up, we smash guitars and we shatter glass. Till the day that we do, I'm your driver, you're my screw, which is quite cool. This is a song of kind of, of rock, kind of strumming rock guitars and pounding, pulsating drums, kind of pushed vocals and kind of earworm kind of backing vocals. It's the kind of song that gets in your head and then you go about your business during the day and you start singing it. And I have been guilty of singing it whilst going on a walk wearing my headphones. It's very easy thing to do. I've also got to say that 1:43, there's this little moment where Prince sort of whispers in your ears and let me tell you a story, and it's quite almost in your head. It's quite interesting. This really is though, like I said, a story about being on tour, rock and roll band, being on tour with Third Eye Girl, and there's a verse that really sums that up where Prince talks about everywhere that we go now, there's a show now. People pay money for the rock and roll and the big wow. Before we bow, you can call me CC Crowd Control. And also there's another CC now, Crowd Control, in the form of Chloe Calvin. So a big shout out to Chloe Calvin, another Prince reviewer. She does some fantastic work. So if you get a chance, check her out. There's also a reference to being on tour where Prince talks about it's about sharing stories and cool clothes, and this is what it's like, this is what life's like on the road, which is kind of that idea of the tour. And it reminds me of the 2014 tour when I saw Prince and Third Eye Girl in London, and it kind of really encapsulates that excitement and what it must be like to be on a tour, and the travel, the kind of excitement, the buzz, the frenetic energy of kind of waiting for one of these great performances. One of the really fast-paced tracks, I think, on this album is probably one of the fastest-paced tracks. At 1:35, though, there's this ScrewDriver kind of riff, I'll call it the ScrewDriver riff guitar, which is kind of like the motif of the song, and that really propels the song. And when you hear it, it's one of those things that just, really catches you. It just really does. It's head-bobbing good, as they say. 2:24, there is a filthy, guttural kind of rock and roll scream from Prince, really kind of earthy, throaty scream. It's really amazing. And he talks about music never lies, you know it's true, which is quite cool. At 2:56, you've also got his chanting. It's a kind of chanting of I'm your driver, you're my screw, which kind of repeats, which is really quite interesting. But then I have to talk about this, my favourite part of this track is towards the end, it's about 3:55, and there's a guitar solo, and it is like a Let's Go Crazy guitar solo. It's very Let's Go Crazy-esque. It's these screaming, wailing guitars, this kind of building dramatic, kind of climactic scene. It's just fantastic. It's very much like Let's Go Crazy in that sense that it builds and he really lets it go. And this is a guitar solo that is really up there. It's just phenomenal. I must admit I am guilty of rewinding that and playing that several times over, but it is really fantastic. So do check that out. It's a kind of show-stopping solo at the end of a song. It really, really is. Anyway, tomorrow I will be reviewing what for some people, quite a lot of people, is their favourite track on the album, called Black Muse.